What's happening? This is DJ Kid Magic Rock. You just tuned into Conversations with Magic, where I interview people who influenced me in my career and helped shape me, mold me into DJ Kid Magic Rock that you know today. So today is a special edition. This is going to probably be one of the best ones because it's going to take you all the way back to the beginning days, how I started, how I became Kid Magic, and I'm just going to tell my story. So it all started back in, I want to say 85, 86, somewhere around in there. I used to play basketball and I always liked Magic Johnson. So I was like, yo, what would Magic call his son? And I was like, Magic Kid. And I was like, nah, I don't like that. Kid Magic. I was like, yeah. So I ran with that and I was balling. And then a family came from New York, the Fitzgerald family. And we were playing basketball, me and little Derek Fitzgerald. And then after basketball, we went to his crib and his brother was mixing. And that's the first time I seen somebody mix. And I said, I gotta learn how to do that. So I just stopped playing ball and just got a turntable, a little realistic mixer, and I just started scratching and scratching. Wasn't really doing nothing, just scratching and scratching and just trying to find, you know, the right ingredients on being a DJ. So I was passionate about it, and as time went by, it was another DJ on the same side of town that was making noise that was already established, and that was DJ Whiz, rest in peace. And he had stuff locked down with the Universal Force. And me and my best friend, when I felt like I got to the point, me and my best friend, Maurice Callender, we took a walk to his crib. And I played a tape for him, but it was crazy. It was just like a bunch of scratches. And he listened to it and he was like, well, you know, you got to start somewhere. But the reception that I got from him, I didn't feel like he was feeling me. I felt like he was kind of shrugged me off. So we left out of there and I'm headed back and I'm telling my boy Maurice, like, yo man, I don't feel dude. Cause anybody that knows Whiz, and I'm not bad mouthing him, not at all. Anybody that knows Whiz knows he was cocky. Cause you know, being from New York, that's gonna make you, you know what I'm saying, proud of yourself. So that's kind of low key how me and him got off on the wrong foot. So that made me work harder, and I go back to the drawing board, which was my mom's basement. And then I'm just practicing and practicing, just spending mass time, come home from school, jump right on the tables, mass time. Then I get better and better. And so I go around town and I try to let people hear my music. And I was making mixtapes, but there was the beginning stages of Kid Magic. So I would just give my mixtapes away. I wasn't like trying to sell them, I just wanted people to hear me. So then it started popping, and it started getting to the point where I could hold my own, man. You know, I was proud and I was ready to go out and do parties. So I hooked up with Mike Reynolds, DJ Top Notch, and we had a crew, and it was called the Fresh DJs. It was me, Andre Jackson, and Mike Reynolds, and we had an MC. Well, he was a DJ MC, and his name was Ben. He called himself Mastermind. So we did a couple parties, and that really gave me a real taste of what it felt like to be a DJ. So now it's time for me to go solo. So I leave the group with Mike and them, and I go solo, and I make a name for myself. So now Whiz is starting to get a buzz of this, and Whiz is like, you know, it's starting to be a little bit of friction. It's not official yet, the beef isn't on yet, but it's getting there. So Whiz ran with Dynasty, another DJ who I was trying my hardest to get him on this episode, but it didn't work out. But I told him, I said, man, I'm gonna tell the story to the best of my knowledge, with or without you. So Doc and Whiz was like running around doing parties and stuff, you know, tricks and stuff, jumping on the turntables, you know, taking turns, doing all that tricky shit. And so me and Doc bump heads. And so this is before me and Whiz officially announced our beef. Me and Doc bump heads first. And then Doc is like, you know, we can, you know, Madge, what's up? We can get it on. And I'm like, cool. So we set it up to have a battle. And the battle is going to happen in the Calendar's yard in Driving Park, which is Bulin and Cossip, somewhere right around in there. So we set it up. Whiz, Doc, me, by myself. So we're mixing. They bring their stuff. Big Bernard Hawkins is there. He brought Whiz and Doc to the party. And we're mixing. And Doc, for some reason, what he's cutting, the record keeps skipping. He's like, super sperm, soup, soup, soup. And he's mixing, and the needle keeps skipping. And everybody keeps laughing in the crowd. And then I go, and I'm like, good times, good, 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 good. And I do my little thing. And then, so Doc goes again. Needle skips again. So Bernard, Big Bernard, he says, the next person that laughs, I'm gonna punch him. He's like, I'm gonna punch him in the face. So Doc is mixing. His needle skip again. I'm not gonna say this person's name, but everybody knows. And people that were there, just if you need to hear the story from them, just so you won't think I'm just capping or nothing. Kev Gordon was there, the Calendars, Derek Calendar, Patrick Calendar. They can tell you this story. Wendell Hinton was there, Maurice Calendar, of course. So this particular person laughed when the needle skipped. Bernard went over to him, punched him in his face, and he started crying. And he's like, man, you my cousin. And then Bernard like hugged him and said, my fault, I didn't know. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. So then I just go off and I end up beating Doc Dynasty. And then Whiz jumps in and says, yo, let's go right now. And I was like, what? Where is this coming from? This is like, you know what I'm saying? So basically they kind of jumped me. And then I was like, nah, man, it's cool. And I just shut down. And then that's when the beef was officially on. So that's what hip hop is all about, competition. Whiz was already running shit on Columbus. He already had it on lock. The new kid was Kid Magic coming out. So he let it be known right then that he wasn't going for that. So for years, and if you listen to any of my mixtapes, that's how the beef started, right there. So for years, we just would see each other out. He would be like I'd be walking down the street. He'd try to run me over, laughing and shit, thought it was funny. He would see me at Club Touche's over there on James. And he's like, yo, let's go, let's go. But it never happened, but it finally did happen. It just took a lot of years for it to happen. And that was at the Valleydale. And if you listen to the other interview I did with DJ Apache, that's where it all led up to that final battle. And I just want to say, Whiz and Doc, they were very influential in my career because they helped me stay on my toes. I knew they was over there on the other side of town rocking, and I knew I had to rock harder just to keep up with them. But the last thing that I want to say is I talked to Dynasty recently, and he told me, he's like, Magic, I never did not like you. And I thought they just didn't like me. He said, man, it was the people. He's like, the people was the one that was always coming to me saying, can you get Magic? And that's the truth. When you got hip hop, just like LeBron and Jordan, it's always the people like trying to put them at each other. But like I said, I went to Whiz and I was trying to, you know, make peace with him and just tell him this is what I'm doing, but I didn't get a good reception from him. So I want to shout DJ Whiz out, rest in peace. DJ Doc, wish you could have been here, but that's some hip hop Columbus history, and thank you for checking out Conversation with Magic. Peace.
Still on the borderline is surely like this. Approaching of a UMC is purely hypeness. So I'm